Jean just set the perfect trap for Madam. At least that's what he thinks. But the thing about baiting a predator is that you have to be absolutely certain that you're the one that's holding all the cards. The show opens up in the courtroom, y'all, and we see Madam being found guilty on all counts. The judge sentences her to death by lethal injection, and immediately you knew that something was off. Blue steps forward, laughing, telling Madam that she's going to enjoy putting the needle in her arm. Detective Davis joined in, DA Raj joined in, and it turns into this twisted chorus of people taking pleasure in her downfall. Then suddenly, Madam woke up from the dream, right? But these are never just dreams, they're warnings. And this one says loud and clear that your enemies are close enough to touch you. She woke up and she grabbed those pills from the nightstand. And this is where the continuity cracks begin to show. Tommy killed her doctor seasons ago, leaving her without medication. Remember? And this was a big deal then, part of her vulnerability. But now she's all of a sudden got more. No explanation, no scene showing how she got them. The kind of details that loyal viewers remember, right? And when it's missing, it makes you wonder if you think that we're not paying attention. And at that point, it's about story pacing, or is it about hoping that we just don't notice? I don't know. They could have pulled that together another way, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, she's at home. She's getting ready for court when Cadillac pulled up. And he's there to offer some words of encouragement and basically just reminding her of who she is. And then we see Carla. She came around and she basically wanted to talk to her dad about why he gave the cafe to Tony. And Cadillac was like, I don't owe you no explanations. It ain't none of your business. I have my reasons, right? And he basically told them, look, don't worry about all that. Y'all need to start acting like sisters. And right now we're here to support Madam. And that's one thing that Madam and Carla can agree on, is to continue to hate Tony. And speaking of Tony, she's at Maddie B's talking to Jean, and she's telling him how tired she is of the manual labor. This woman probably never worked a day in her life. Jean is waiting for Madam's reaction to the robbery and just told her to be patient. But let's be clear, Jean isn't just waiting. Every move that he makes is designed to provoke Madam. He knows that Madam doesn't let things slide, especially when they hit her money and her pride. We know that that robbery wasn't random. It was designed to make her come after him. And that's exactly the bait he was counting on for her to take. And here we are, meanwhile, with Dime and Amp with their scene fillers. They're having this soft moment, and Amp is telling her about his mom's apology, and Dime is so happy about it. Like, she's talking about how a man treats his wife is the same way that he treats his mother. And he's all surprised, like, oh yeah, you want to be my wife? And he's like, oh, I promise to love, respect, protect, and provide for my wife. And on paper, that's sweet. But for anyone who's watched Dime's journey, this is a head tilt moment. She swore that she'd never get involved with one of the dancers, right? But here she is, planning her life with one and possibly carrying another's baby. Now, I do have a question for y'all. Do y'all think that this is true love, or is the show bending her character just to give Amp a redemption arc? Because that's what I think it is. This is making absolutely no sense. Now we're back in court where Midnight took the stand, and of course he's singing Madam's praises, followed by the other male entertainers, not dancers, right? They're exotic entertainers. And they like to remind you that that's what they are. Now, then Tommy got up there. And in true Tommy fashion, he told the prosecution that them and their mama can do something that I can't repeat here. It was crude. But you can't question his loyalty at all. Would you rather have someone like Tommy, loyal but reckless, or someone polished whose loyalty is always in question? Which one would you prefer? Yeah, I'll take Tommy any day. And now we're back to Tandy. Lord have mercy. Tandy is still on this eminent domain property next to Maddie B's. The same subplot that we've been hearing about for 2 seasons now. At this point, it's background noise. Like, get on with it. And of course, who's there entertaining her while she's on the phone? It's no one other than Quincy himself. I'm speechless just looking at him, so I have no words for this one. None. But the real action is in Trouble's testimony. She stepped up on the stand in her Sunday's best, of course, and it looks like she's about to tell the truth. The truth about everything that went down in the basement at Club Eden. Then Madam accidentally spilled coffee on herself, and the judge called for a 10-minute recess. And Madam, at this point, she ordered Smoke to get rid of Trouble, like now, and he only had 10 minutes to do it. That's all the time she gave him. And where is Smoke? He's outside firing spitballs. Spitballs at the parking enforcement officer. I can't decide if this is incompetence or if Smoke is playing his own game. I mean, do you think he's really that distracted, or does he have a reason for stalling? I did a video about this a couple of days ago, and I don't know, but we got to remember that Smoke is not altogether there. Like he's not playing with a full deck anyway. So what can we really expect? Not a whole lot, right? It's as I said before, Smoke did as Smoke does. Then we have Naima showing up at Doc's place, calling him out for lacing her drink that night at the club. Now, she's not shy this time. She's, not soft-spoken like she usually is. She's very direct, accusing and demanding answers from Doc. And again, this is where the continuity stumbles. Because the last time we saw her, she said that she had gotten her job back. We saw that. They rehired her after that drug test mess. Now she's saying that she lost the job again because of the same drug test. Now, which one is it? Still, her suspicion is very clear about Doc. She thinks that Madam put Doc up to do it, but I need them to get the storyline together. Okay, so then we see Trouble. She ended up back on the witness stand, which is confusing because Smoke was supposed to take her out during the recess. She testified in Madam's favor, downplaying the crimes and pointing the finger at the police misconduct instead. Now that's loyalty, even though it's a dangerous thing, especially because Smoke might still believe that he has a standing order to kill her. And I don't think Trouble needs to go home like Madam told her to. She told her that she was very pleased with her testimony and that she had an award coming, but she's got to wait till in the morning to get it. Like, that's a setup, right? Smoke is going to take her out. I don't know. This just doesn't sit right in my spirit, and something weird is going to be happening. Is this the last time that we're going to see Trouble? I really hope not, because I really enjoy seeing her on screen. She's doing a really good job here. Then we see Naima. She later goes to Detective Davis saying that she was at Club Eden the night that the drugs were found in her system, and she implied that Doc assaulted her, right? And Davis says, oh, well, I'll see what I can do. But that look on her face, it wasn't sympathy, it was jealousy. Because of what Naima said. She basically let her know that Doc took advantage of her that night. And she's been with Doc herself, and it just didn't look like that set too well with her. Then later on at the warehouse, Madam confronted one of the robbers. Well, actually all three of them. And one of the girls spit on Madam's Tom Ford shoes. And Blue, she instantly responded. Like, it didn't take her long. She shot the girl in the leg with the nail gun. No, she shot her in the head, I think. One of them got shot in the leg and the other got shot in the head. Then another girl admitted that Jean was behind it all, giving them the delivery schedule and the club layout. And this is why Tony was in the club in the first place, to get the layout of the club. And I really hate this for Amp because he really believes that his mom is trying to mend their relationship, right? And that she's sorry for all the years that she wasn't there for him and all of the things. I mean, it says a lot about this woman due to the fact that she, gave her dad up to the feds. That's all we need to know. But then to come back to town as if you're really concerned about Amp, who you haven't talked to in years. I don't know, Tony needs to be stopped immediately. But here we are. This is Jean's play in full view now. He wanted her here, reacting in the heat of the moment, doing something he could use to get her locked away. But here's the thing, Jean is underestimating her. We all know this, right? If he thinks that Madam is just gonna walk into this trap without seeing it, I don't know, maybe he forgot who he's dealing with. And here we can see that Blue is still down with Madam. Even though she admitted to the therapist to killing her girlfriend, Kat. I think she admitted to this twice out of loyalty to Madam. And this is so catastrophic, y'all. I don't know. Blue knew that she was incriminating herself, right? She told the therapist this twice. Even though the therapist told her, look, if you've committed a crime, I have to report it. And she told her twice. And this is the kind of secret that once it's out, it changes everything. And although there were a lot of other things that went on in this episode, of course, these are the things that stuck out in my mind the most. And, Jean thinks that he's on the brink of a victory. Trouble thinks that she's earned a reward. Smoke thinks that he still has orders to fulfill with Trouble. And Blue has, she's just lit a fuse that could blow up the entire operation. Now, every thread is pulling tight. and we're right at the point where one wrong move could unravel everything. The question is, whose move will it be? Now, these are just my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts and your theories down in the comments below. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. You know I'd appreciate it. If you're a fan of All the Queen's Men like I am, then go ahead and sub to the channel for more videos just like this one. Thank you so much for tuning in to Ruthless TV today, you guys, and I'm gonna see you on the next one.